Hey guys, thanks for joining me once again. This is Retro Edition with Retro Edition Games. Another video of pickups. So, some really fun stuff this week. And I got more coming. So, I'm excited for the next video because it's some really cool stuff. And I look forward to showing you guys. But this week has been really good as well. And I got all kinds of stuff, just random. And I really enjoy it. So, nothing wrong with that. I guess I'll start off with what I picked up last night. I happened to drive to the store to pick up something that we needed for a household item, and I decided to go over to the electronics section. And lo and behold, they were having a sale. Not just any sale. Well, most of the stuff was decent priced for the sale, but this is what blew me away. I couldn't believe it. $7.99, still sealed, brand new. Mario 3D Land. And these guys still sell for $20 to $30 online. It just kind of blew me away. I was like, I couldn't believe it. So the guy let me get 2. So I'm not sure. Do I give something away? We'll think about it. But I thought that was cool. And for that price, $7, $8. Can't go wrong. So, plenty of kids that would love that. I really enjoy that game myself. Really started getting into it about 6 months ago, and just having a blast with it. So, where to next? I guess today I stopped by the thrift store. Got pretty lucky. We went to 2 different thrift stores. The first one, you don't come across these too often, but you have to make sure that you find out which year this one was made, because they do look identical. But electronic football, still got the batteries. Yes, and it works. Love it. So the thing to watch out for is they made this in 2 separate years. 1979 was the original, which this one is. This is the original 1979. Harder to come by, but then they remade them in 2001. It was either 2001 or 2011. So it's always kind of fun just to find these old school handhelds because they're not too common. So it's one thing I always keep an eye out for when I'm out hunting. Another thing that I picked up this week, and there was 2 side by side. One was white, one was black. The white one was for $15. But then I had a 30% off, so $12. The other one was for $45, and that was the black one. And I don't know what made the black one any more special, because even looking at them, they were pretty much identical. So, Xbox One controller. I had to get the white one because I already have 2 of the black. So, pretty stoked to have this, and I know it works. Yay! I do like when batteries come in things so you can test them. Pretty awesome. So, Xbox One. So one thing that a buddy of mine brought into work, and he asked me if I was willing to trade for it. And come to find out, I didn't have what he wanted. But I am the middleman for this trade for him. So I'm happy to have it in my hands. I would be happy to own it. But the deal that I worked out between him and another buddy of mine, they're both super excited and both getting something really good. So check this out. Suikoden 2 for PlayStation 1. This is a $150 game. My buddy brought it in. He said he didn't really want to sell. He just wanted to trade because he was trying to get some Super Nintendo games, but stuff that I didn't have or stuff I didn't want to get rid of. So that was the hard part. It's like, how do you say no to this game? But what he was looking for was Sunset Riders, which I don't have yet. I really want, so I'm a little jealous that he's getting it in place of it. All 3 of the Super Nintendo Star Wars games, and that totals up to about $100. I told him, why don't you pick something that's like $20, $30 in value? That way, whoever you're trading with will get a good deal, and then you're getting what you want. Plus, you can get an extra game out of it. And so he thought he wanted to kind of do for those 4 games. So he decided he wanted Super Ghouls and Ghosts. So $125 worth in trades for a $150 game. The person getting this one wins. He gets 5 games that he wants, so he wins. Pretty awesome, and I'm stoked to be able to help facilitate that trade. And oh my god, this is minty. Complete. Not a scratch or a fingerprint. Oh, so jealous, so jealous. Something else I got. Just happened to be walking through the thrift store, and I don't know anything about this, but just kind of reading the title of it, which throws me off because it makes no sense. But all your base are belong to us. Strange title. But it's about how 50 years of video games conquered pop culture. So that's what got me. I'm going to have to give it a read. I will fill you in and tell you what I think. So, a couple more thrift store finds. Marvel Trading Card Game for the DS. My son's probably not quite ready for this, but I'm going to hold on to this one for him. So, it just looks pretty cool. I've never actually seen that one before. So the other one I picked up today, which is not a very common game. It's not super pricey, but it's still a pretty rare game. And for me to find Sega Genesis games, I never find Sega Genesis games, especially complete in box and in excellent condition. Streets of Rage 2. So, such a fun brawler. If you love brawlers, check this game out. Let's see. I walked into one of my usual spots last week, or towards the end of last week, and looked in the showcase, nothing. Looked on the shelf, nothing. All the same stuff that I've seen. Then kind of off to the side, I just kind of noticed, it was like, oh, a couple games over there. First one that jumped out at me was Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. Guess how much this was? $2.99. Can you believe that? And it's complete, no scratches on the discs, great shape. So that's what caught my eye. And then I decided to kind of look through them some more. So I got a couple more. So then I was just kind of surprised. And this place is known for overpricing their video games. So to get these all for such a great deal, I was just pretty stoked. Super happy. Spent, I think, $18 total. But one I'd never heard of, Eternal Sonata. So just another RPG. I'm not familiar with it, but it looks pretty cool. So check it out. Not a high price game, but I always like finding new ones. This one I grew up on and I loved it, so I'm so excited to have it back. Destroy all humans. So, pretty cool. If I'm talking a little softly, it's because my family's going to bed right now, so I don't want to wake them up. This one I've never played, but then I was just kind of shocked that it was there. And I've never owned this one, never played this one, and it's a little on the pricier side too, so I was kind of shocked. But Champions of Norrath, and this was another $3 game. I was like blown away. So this is a game I've heard of, and I've always wanted to play it. It looks super fun. Never played it, never actually seen it in person. So stoked to find it, especially for $3. Psychonauts. So if you played this and you like it, please tell me about it. I would love to hear more. This is the one I was super excited about because I've never found one of these games in the wild, ever. And I've been looking for one for a long time. Never played any of the series. Oh, actually I played one for the PSP, but I didn't make it very far. But Silent Hill 3. Pretty stoked. Such great finds for $3 a piece. You cannot beat that. That's like $120 games right there. It's like, wow. So, got some really cool ones to add to the collection. Another stop at the thrift store. This was kind of cool. You know, I don't get excited about Game Boy stuff too often, but it's what I found with the Game Boy stuff. But I'll show you the Game Boy games first. F1 Race, which I think I already own that one. I have to double check. This one I have the black cartridge, so Tetris Attack. I think it's Tetris Attack. The X is the one that I have. And Crash Dummies. It's not Crash Test Dummies, it's Crash Dummies. So, I'm excited to give this one a try. Check it out. This is what I found with those games. And I had to go to the manager. I had to ask, do you have the console? Is there anywhere in the back that there's the console for this? So, of course, it's the most common version, or the most common game found for this system. But Sonic Pocket Adventures for the Neo Geo Pocket. I've never, ever in the wild seen a Neo Geo Pocket game. So, stoked to find one. I was really hoping they had the console. I really wanted to find the Neo Geo Pocket. Just make it another thing I'd have to collect for. Oh, just another one, you know. When you start collecting, you start collecting more. You start collecting more. You start collecting more. It just never ends. So, maybe it was better off for me that I didn't find it. So, just a quick one I forgot about. If I ever find these, I pick them up. I don't find them very often. But Xbox 360 Wi-Fi adapter. So, you know, I always grab those if I can find them. So I did find a really cool offer up lot. I didn't think I was going to get it. I really expected the guy to, or somebody to kind of go in and backdoor me, because he posted it for $50. Been up for a couple hours, and apparently I was the only one to message it. And maybe I was the only one that really looked at it. So I had to drive about 30 minutes, but totally worth it. So there was like 2 games. $50. Mario Kart DS. Yeah. Score. Huge. Oh wait, that's a $10 game. Just kidding. Here's where it gets a little more fun. See, a little bit of everything with this lot. Pokemon Platinum. Oh, it's getting a little better. And then on top of that, Emerald and Leaf Green. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. What, $50 right there? It's about worth it. Here's a game I worked on. I worked on this one at Nintendo. Not for very long, but it's one of the few Pokemon games that I always go back to. I have a little love for. Pokemon Crystal. I think this is like now my 3rd copy. But okay, that was more than worth the $50 right there. Wait, there's more. Can you believe there's more? I can. I was just in shock when I got all this. Cobalt Blue. DS Lite. Has the chargers too. And I'm just going to go and do it again. Bam! 2 Game Boy Advance SPs. Unfortunately, they're the 001s. I wish they were the 101s, but definitely take it. So, all of that for $50. Man, score. I was so stoked. All right, this was a good week. Got some really cool stuff. If you haven't never checked out my buddy DigiDesdan, he's got a great YouTube channel, a great Twitch streaming channel, worth watching. He's kind of one of the guys that's got me really into wanting to make these videos for pickups and just to have fun showing you guys what I find. But him and I had a trade. He actually sent me a text message and said, "Hey, I saw this at Walgreens." That's all I said. And I was like, "Oh man, thanks for the heads up. I'm gonna have to go pick that up for me and my son." So I was pretty stoked. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. I already got you one. I was like, what? It's like, such an awesome dude, such a good friend. So I'm really stoked that he got it for us. And I'm really bummed because my son and wife, or girlfriend, like I just call her my wife. We've been together a long time. But they already took it out without me. I was at work. They blew it up. They took it out. Oh, can you believe that? Super Mario mushroom floaty. Oh man, my son had a blast. Oh, I'm so jealous. I really wish I could have been there to play with it. But you really should check out my buddy DigiDestin's last video, because if you guys didn't see in my video, I had a Christmas present. So I wrapped it up, gave it to him, and he opened it up on his YouTube channel live, or I guess he recorded it and then uploaded it, but he didn't open it until he was recording. And it was awesome to see his face. So he was pretty blown away. So I recommend checking it out. I will attach a link to his video at the bottom. So please like, share, subscribe. Check out his videos. He's a lot of fun to watch. He's got some really good content too. The last thing this week, found this on OfferUp. It was $5. But when you have a kid, you gotta have a little fun. So we hooked it up today. It's, not the greatest thing in the world because the sensors aren't all that great, but still have a good time. I played this in the arcade all the time. Big Buck Safari. It's got the gun. It's just a large plug and play. So basically Big Buck Hunter plug and play. So pretty fun. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to work with the sensors and get those all lined up. But all right. So later this week, I'm gonna have some really cool stuff coming. I'm excited. Things I'm picking up, things coming in the mail, and I can't wait to show you the next video. So I can't wait to play what I have coming. So stay tuned. Check out my next video. If you like this one, please like, please subscribe, please share. I want to have more content. I want to see what you guys want to see. So please let me know. I would love to do more. So just kind of wanted to see what you guys like. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye.